Mongoose Jake with a video here about a blank work table. No, I'm kidding. I have a video about a big box from Amazon. In particular, what's inside the box. This is actually the first time that this happened to this channel here, and I'm going to give full credit to Ray Squad. They used to be called Raytheon, and that's at least what I know about them, but they've been changed to Ray Squad. It's a family-run business who specializes in aftermarket Nerf products, specifically darts. And as those of you with very good eyes might have already noticed, these are AccuStrike copies. They sent me a whole bunch of darts. They had contacted me and asked me, hey, would you like to do a review for us? And I said, well, of course, I'd love to. Because, hey, who wouldn't want to get sent? I figured they were going to send me like a little test sample, you know, of maybe like 100 darts. Well, lo and behold, an Amazon box shows up on my front porch that's this big, and I open it up and I'm just astonished to find there is actually hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of darts. And looking at the actual list, they sent me 5 300 packs. So they sent me a total of 1,500 darts. Well, that means it's time to test. This is before the range test session. I'm going to make use of a stock retaliator. This is kind of my workhorse, keeping this one 100% stock for tests just like this. We will be comparing the AccuStrikes. These are genuine, brand new, just out of the package, along with these brand new Ray Squad darts, which are a neat color, but I hope they're not going to be too hard to find in the grass. But we're going to do 5 shots of each. I'm going to do them level shots, and we're going to find out just if there's any performance difference this way. And of course, I will combine this with a more precise chronograph test, but just for the heck of it, let's do a range test here. 5 shots of AccuStrike, followed up in rapid succession with 5 shots of the Ray Squad darts. Okay, we had one AccuStrike spin out, and I think you might be able to tell why. Well, if I can get it to stay in. This is new, and I'm going to try to see. Can you see that? This is the first time I've seen this. I'm way too zoomed in on my hand. This is the first time I've seen this. This has a crack. Now this was a brand new dart straight out of the package from Nerf. Come on, camera. There we go. That actually has a crack in the foam. Now, okay, a good way to test to see if the crack is all the way through is to actually try to blow in the end of the dart, and if air comes out, then you have it all the way through, but it's not. That is... well, that is just a bad dart. Okay, for now we're going to throw that out. That was an 18-foot shot. Let's continue on. I'm hoping that was a fluke. Okay, our AccuStrikes are here. Except for the one, of course. And our Raytheon, or Ray Squad darts are all right here. I'm going to let you see that. There's, oh, I had passed one up. I knew that black was going to be an issue. Here's one at the 38-foot mark. Now, these were all level shots, fired quickly. Looking at the 4 others, that's the 50-foot cone, so there you go. And then we have our AccuStrike darts. They're all right there. So you're looking at a slight advantage, mostly to the Ray Squad darts. Okay, we're gonna have another range test to add, but it is nothing else other than a zombie strike flip fury, basically strong arm times 2. So I've got top cylinder loaded, the top cylinder is loaded with AccuStrikes, bottom cylinder loaded with the ray darts. And we'll see how they compare out of something different than a retaliator. Again, I will be doing level shots down the center line of the tape. Okay, that's all the AccuStrikes. Let's flip over to the ray darts. There we go. Let's go check those. Okay, much more even. First ray dart is just shy of the 41 foot mark. And then we have a mix of darts, AccuStrikes, and then the rest of the ray darts are all right there. So much more consistent grouping. Had nothing fall truly short. We had one ray dart that was at 41 foot or so. These others here, that's 43, and there they are. So even the one ray dart that fell slightly short wasn't far off. But there you go. Okay, one last blaster for the range testing. This is going to be one that I haven't really featured on my channel much, is a sling fire. I do love this thing, but let's give it a try. I got 5 of each loaded. And here we go. Now, I haven't passed any ray darts. Here is 1 and 2 AccuStrikes. Again, it doesn't have the power of the retaliator, but the sling fire is fun. That's 33 feet for the first shot. And that second one's just shy of 36. Keep my eye out. Those ray darts are kind of easy to miss at first. Here we go. Here's the first one. Let's walk across. 40 foot shot. Okay, now we've got AccuStrike, and AccuStrike. A little bit of a spread on those. 41, 42 and a half, and 47. Now I see the remaining ray darts. Got my shadow in the way again. They're all here in a group. They are hard to see on camera. Here's 1, 2, 3, and there's the last one. I picked up the first one, of course. They're all at about the 44 foot mark, right there, 44 feet. Now that's the most consistency out of the 2 darts. The Ray Squad darts so far have been more consistent. That's actually a good sign. Okay, here I am again. I'm going to do a little bit of consistency testing. This is my target board I've used before. I've got my worker mags loaded with, on the left, genuine AccuStrikes, and on the right, the ray darts. I will be firing them out of my Modulus ECS-10. Of course, now you could call it ECS-22. It's got 22 mag now. But I will use this because I can hold the blaster very steady and get my aiming in, and you'll be able to see live firing of the consistency or inconsistencies of the darts. First up will be the genuine AccuStrikes loaded here and ready to go. Should mention this is at 30 feet distance. I'm zoomed way in, but I'm standing at 30 feet, measured out, so gives you an idea of how consistently I'm able to hit that target. And here we are with the ray darts, starting now. That's 20 shots each, and as you can see with my live firing, not really any difference. At 30 feet here, I'm able to, once I get sighted in and I get my shots lined up, I'm able to consistently hit the target very closely. I've done the range test. We've done the consistency in a live firing demonstration with a flywheel blaster. Now, I'll put that back onto the Retaliator. We'll do a chronograph and see if there's any difference in consistency velocity-wise. So, I'll see you back in that segment. Okay, here we are to do the chronograph test. I will try to do this with just straight through shots, no edits, and hopefully I can be fairly good with my marksmanship here. We will start with the genuine AccuStrikes, and I will try to get at least 5 clean shots through the chronograph using a stock Retaliator with the barrel adapter or the barrel extension removed. I had better luck firing through it without the barrel extension, and everybody knows what a Retaliator can do. That's why it's the basis of a lot of dart comparisons for me. So let's get this in here. You can see that 59.3. I will leave the readings up and just keep on shooting. 64.9, 64.3, 66.3, and that's an 80. Well, I have 6 loaded. I'll go ahead and fire the last one. 61.7. Tells me that 80 is probably a fluke. Now we're going to switch to the race squad darts. And again, I have 6 loaded, so as long as I can consistently get them all through, I will go ahead and do that. 61.7. 67.8. 65.2. 67.6, 67.5, 74.4. I'm seeing a trend here. I guess I did only load 5 in that, but let's grab another one and throw it through because we had 6 shots with the AccuStrikes. Let's put in a different race squad dart and fire it through, and let's see what happens. 66.3. That's pretty conclusive. There was at least a 3 to 4 foot per second advantage by the race squad darts, and that's unusual. But that's the chronograph test. I want you to see that live, unedited, so you can make your own assumptions there and come to your own conclusion. Because chronographs are a more concrete form of testing than range test and outdoor target shooting. But that's pretty obvious. The race squad darts are actually shooting a little higher velocity out of the exact same blaster. So we'll get to the follow-up here in the next segment. I'll see you then. Okay, so to finish up, what do I think? Well, these race squad darts, and I do like the coloring, but they are going to be harder to find outside. These are pretty fantastic replicas of AccuStrikes. They have the same dimensions. They feel like very good quality foam. The tips may be a little bit lighter, but because as you can see, it's a little thinner near the very tip. The kind of forward ring is a little thinner than right here. That's a bit thicker, and that may be the one thing that is giving them slightly higher velocity in the chronograph. I mean, we are talking slight. It's a few feet per second. But if you're somebody who's trying to eke out every little bit of performance, you might like that. They have, as you've seen in my target shooting, under realistic conditions, that was a 30-foot target, 30-foot distance at a paper target. Neither had a significant advantage or disadvantage over the other. So you would say equivalent consistency. Range test didn't show anything drastic. So you would say, out of the 3 different blasters I use, this may have had a slight advantage again. And on the chronograph you've seen, that's pretty concrete. Out of a stock retaliator, these were shooting 3 or 4 feet per second faster. And for what these cost on Amazon, they are a deal compared to genuine AccuStrikes. Now, are there cheaper options out there? Sure, sure. If you're willing to wait 20 days from NF Strike or from any of the other Chinese-based retailers, then yeah, you can get some AccuStrike copies fairly cheap. I bought some from NF Strike and from Lightake. I've got a couple different variations, and yeah, they're a little less expensive than Race Squad's darts, but if you order these, they show up in 2 days. If you've got Amazon Prime, which I do. The only issue that I'm going to say is that the tips aren't as secure. I mean, you can't peel around. See, like this one, it's glued on this side over here, but not this side. Whereas you can grab an AccuStrike and, you know, they're pretty well glued. You know, that's pretty well glued all around. Here's another one. I keep grabbing out of my bin, just so you know. And these are brand new darts. That one actually has, as you can see there, a little excess glue. They're pulling a Busby on us. But yeah, these, I say thank you to Race Squad for sending them to me. I'm going to put up the information for everybody to make their own informed decision. But I will say this. I'm not biased in saying that these equal in each way, shape, and form the performance of the genuine AccuStrike at a lower cost. So, if the price is right, I'll put a link to Race Squad's darts on Amazon. And if you like the pricing, which is better than AccuStrike's, I would certainly pick this over AccuStrike. With all the options out there, it comes down to the fact that Race Squad is more readily available, and you can do a dart per dart comparison of all the Accu copies out there. These seem a little more consistent in my experience with my NF Strike. I've already had some of my more powerful blasters blow the tips right out. These seem a little bit better glued in out of the few hundred that I unpackaged, because I got, you know, 5 of these packages, and I've unpackaged 1 of them, and I've left the other packaged up, and here's why. Those of you who watch my videos and comment below, you know, make sure you're a subscriber. Leave a comment. Say what's your favorite darts. Doesn't have to be Race Squads. Just what is your favorite dart out there and why? Of course, everybody knows my favorite dart. If everybody who watches my channel knows, my favorite dart is the Busby Precise Pro. Do I think that these equal that? No. No. The genuine AccuStrikes didn't. The genuine AccuStrikes didn't equal the performance and consistency of Precise Pros. Precise Pros beat these out in velocity, range, and consistency on target. So these equal AccuStrike. They're basically interchangeable. These are as good as AccuStrike. AccuStrikes are no better than the Race Squad darts. They do a very, very good job of replicating almost exactly the performance of genuine AccuStrikes. So take that as you will. If you've tried AccuStrikes and like them, you will like the Race Squad darts. That's up to you. That's how I'm going to review them. They get my approval in doing what they were designed to do, just as well as the original that they copied. Again, I do appreciate the people there at Race Squad for sending me these darts. And what I was getting at is this package here you see right on top. If you tell me about your darts, your favorite darts, that can be yours. I will give away this whole pack of 300 to one lucky commenter below. And till next time, it's Manga Shake signing out.